Hey, fourth grade scientists! This week we will identify and explain adaptations that living things have in order to survive in their environment. Last week we talked about how organisms undergo similar life processes when we discussed life cycles. This week we're going to dig a little further and see how their structures and functions help them survive in their environment. So a burning question, have you ever wondered how animals are able to survive in the wild? It's not like they have a nice home that's warm in the winter and cool in the summer, or someone bringing them their lunch. But animals have actually developed certain adaptations with different types of functions that help them survive in their natural habitat. And as we know, there are many different types of environments on Earth. And so that's why we have many types of living things. And each living thing is able to survive in its own environment. So let's talk about an adaptation. It is a characteristic that helps a living thing survive. These adaptations might make it very difficult for the animal to survive in a different habitat. And that's why some animals are found in one area of the world, but not in another. And these adaptations, they take hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years to develop. That's why they're not traveling around, these animals. They live where they can survive. So we've got a polar bear here, a camel, and a dolphin, and each one has an adaptation. For example, a polar bear's fur, and that is its structure. It's part of its body. A camel's body and a dolphin's gills enable them to survive in their environment. Let's talk about structures and functions. Structures are the way an organism is built or how it looks. The function is the purpose of the structure to help it survive in its environment. So on this chart right here, you see some structures: hooves, webbed feet, feathers, and a tail. Well, the function, let's look at webbed feet. Function of webbed feet is that it helps aquatic animals swim and move in the water. There are many types of structures and functions, and in fact, they're divided into physical and behavioral. This week, we will focus on the physical structures that organisms have, and next week, sneak peek, we'll be talking about the behavioral ones. All right, see you next week, Rangers.